Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into something pretty wild. A combat style where the key to winning isn't about being more aggressive, but about finding total peace. Sounds crazy, right? Let's break it down. So that leads us to this huge question, right? How in the world do you beat someone using their own strength against them? Well, that is the entire idea behind a philosophy called Tempus, Roma, Modo Pax. And to really get it, we're going to dissect this awesome, high-stakes training session that lays it all bare. All right, so first up, the challenge. We're in a place called the Crucible of Water. We've got two fighters, Mitsuki and her mentor, Tempus Roma, and they're about to go at it. This is where we see this whole philosophy get put to the ultimate test. And bam, Mitsuki just goes for it. She unleashes the super powerful attack, Tempus Roma Mode Turtle Warship. I mean, with a name like that, you know it's meant to be pure, overwhelming force. But check this out. Her mentor's reaction is, well, it's not what you'd think. She's not bracing or blocking. It's almost like she's getting ready to dance with the attack. Which brings us to part 2, the art of redirection. This is where we see the first big principle of mode packs in action. See, it's not about fighting fire with fire or meeting power with more power. And here's how she does it. It's this beautiful 3-step move. First, she deflects the punch downward with a dropkick. Then, she uses Mitsuki's own forward momentum to flip into a somersault. That's the repositioning. And finally, she lands perfectly behind Mitsuki, taking complete control. You see what happened? It's not about blocking, it's about guiding. That one little kick just turned Mitsuki's own attack into a launch pad. The whole fight just got flipped on its head. And this is it. This is the moment the light bulb goes on for Mitsuki. She realizes, whoa, my own power is being used against me. The force that was supposed to win her the fight is now the very thing that could make her self-destruct. The threat isn't her mentor anymore. The threat is her own attack. And this just clicks with something she'd already been taught, this idea about the power of reflection. It's not just a fancy fighting move, you know, it's a whole mindset. You're supposed to become a mirror, just reflecting whatever energy your opponent throws at you, right back at them. So let's nail this down. This counteroffensive style means you never throw the first punch. Ever. You just wait. And that one simple rule completely changes the game. It takes your opponent's biggest weapon, their aggression, and turns it into their biggest weakness. Okay, so that's the physical side. But that's just scratching the surface. Now we get into the really cool stuff. Perception beyond sight. This is the metaphysical advantage, where things get weird, in the best way. So to know what's coming next, you don't look at your opponent, you look inside yourself. Tempus Roma goes into this state of total calm. Her breathing slows down, her heart rate drops. It's like she's minimizing her own noise. By doing that, her body becomes this super sensitive antenna, picking up on the tiniest signals of what her opponent is about to do. And this awareness has 3 layers to it, like a kind of superpowered GPS. First, there's magnetic perception, which basically shows you the exact path the next attack will take. Then you've got zone perception, which maps out their attack range, like where they can actually hit you from. And last, depth perception, calculates the power behind the punch. You put all 3 of those together, you have a complete blueprint of the attack before it even happens. And here's the payoff. Because she knows what's coming, the physical part is almost easy. That internal calm, that crazy perception, it all translates into this flawless movement. She's not even reacting at this point. It's more like she's dancing with the future she can already see. A simple sidestep, an arc motion, and boom, Mitsuki's own momentum sends her flying. But Mitsuki's no dummy. She figures out pretty fast that getting in close is just not going to work, so she switches things up. But yeah, Modepax has an answer for that too. This brings us to part 4, absorbing the assault.
So, the new plan? Forget punches, let's try pure energy. Mitsuki backs off and just unleashes this insane bombardment of massive flames. This is a whole different ballgame, right? It's a test. Does this whole redirection thing work on something that isn't a physical fist?
And the answer is yes, but the method changes. The style is smart. It adapts. For a physical attack, you redirect momentum, but for an energy attack, you absorb and nullify it. The core idea is exactly the same though. Turn their power into your advantage. Okay, this is where my mind was blown.
She doesn't put up a shield. She doesn't dodge. She literally breathes in the fire. Can you believe that? She just takes the full force of this massive attack, fuses it with her own breath, and poof, it's gone. She just sends the energy back to wherever it came from, completely neutralizing it.
But wait, it gets better. Mode Pax isn't just about defense. After absorbing all that energy, Tempus Roma then shoots it right back at Mitsuki, but even stronger. So not only can you erase an attack, you can catch it, power it up, and send it back to sender. That is just wow.
And this is Mitsuki's second aha moment. She finally truly gets it. It's not about fighting the energy, it's about matching it, becoming one with it. She stays calm, syncs up with the attack's wavelength, and does the exact same thing. She absorbs the flames herself. Now she understands the core principle on a deep, deep level.
So Mitsuki has now seen the physical side, the metaphysical side, and the energy side. She gets the whole picture. So let's bring it all together and define this thing once and for all. Let's talk about the philosophy of Pax.
So what is Tempus Roma Mode Pax, really? Well, it's way more than just a collection of moves. It's a complete system, a whole philosophy for dealing with any kind of aggression. It's about how you can absorb, nullify, and redirect hostility to find peace, or pax, even when you're in the thick of a fight.
And it really serves two purposes. On the one hand, you can use it defensively just to make an enemy's attacks totally useless and end the fight. But on the other hand, you can use it offensively as a major deterrent. I mean, if you know that every attack you throw is just going to come back at you, probably stronger, you're going to think twice about attacking in the first place, right? The damage you take is directly proportional to the damage you try to dish out.
And that's really what it all boils down to. It kind of makes you rethink what power even means. In a world that's all about overwhelming force, maybe, just maybe, the ultimate power is not having to use any of your own. It's a pretty wild thought to chew on, isn't it? Maybe real strength isn't about what you can create, but what you can redirect.